because it'll unmute when you do the rain.
First Alert meteorologist J.D. Disharoon here, and we're going to go over our First Alert weather day today with heavy rain already moved through, so that's the good news, but don't be fooled. It's not exactly a break. It's just not as widespread. We're going to continue to see scattered showers roll through as we head throughout the rest of the afternoon and into the evening. So you can see right now, live look on the radar, heaviest rain has moved east of the metro. As we zoom into northeast Georgia, you can see some of those showers still rolling through the Helen area, up through Rabun, Stevens County, over towards Habersham as well. Heavy showers still south of Banks County, over near Commerce, Jefferson, down towards Clark County with Athens. And we're going to continue to watch those slide off towards the east. A little further to the south, we're not leaving you out. Eatonton, you got some heavy rain to the north of you as you go up 441 there, and you're going to notice as we get towards Lake Oconee, we have some isolated heavy pockets as well. Now, back out to the west, this is what I mean. Look at this. It's not dry exactly. It's just not widespread, but we do expect this area to fill in a little bit as we head through the afternoon into the evening hours, all because we're not actually through with this system yet. As we zoom out and take a wider look at the southeast, the actual low pressure system is still in northern Alabama, and it's wrapping moisture around the backside of it. So we're going to have to wait for that to roll through the area before we can finally get the rain out of here. Now, the good news is we do expect that to happen as we head throughout the next several hours and into the early evening. So by 2 o'clock, here it is, scattered showers. I think this model's overdoing it a little bit in terms of intensity and rainfall placement, but it gives you the idea that there's enough moisture in the atmosphere for us to still squeeze out some showers as we go throughout the day. It will continue through 5 o'clock, and then you'll notice slowly but surely after sunset, all of it starts to push out. We finally get that back edge of the system out of here. And we're going to start to slowly see the skies clear as we head into the morning hours for your Monday. So I still think we'll wake up with some clouds on Monday, but Monday afternoon, I'm talking beautiful, sunny skies across the area. Now, here's what we're expecting today for the rest of the day. Obviously, it is a very dreary day out there. Believe it or not, though, the clouds have lifted a little bit. Earlier, we couldn't see the tops of the pointy building there on the left, but now we can. So we're slowly making some progress. 53 degrees, some progress as well from the 40s we saw this morning. I think we're going to be stuck into the upper 50s here in Atlanta today, maybe some 60s South Metro and towards LaGrange on 85. Northeast Georgia, a little cooler. I'll show you why in just a minute. Part of it because of that east wind there at 8 miles an hour. So far in the last 24 hours, though, with this rainfall, we picked up almost an inch of rain, and the potential there still for more. I think some of the heavier amounts that people will see on the higher end could be upwards of 1.5 to 2 inches. Now, temperature-wise right now, again, a slow rise, but most of us have made it into the lower 50s in the metro. Notice the wedge has built in to northeast Georgia, so we're not expecting them, and I'm talking you, Helen, Gainesville, over towards Clayton. I'm not expecting y'all to really get much warmer, but LaGrange already at 60 degrees almost. So it's really going to depend on just how far that wedge builds in to see how warm it's going to get, and you can see with the winds where that is. Anywhere with the east wind, I'm talking Kenton, or north wind, like Ellijay in Gainesville, east wind in Blairsville, Athens, that's the wedge. But notice we have the southerly winds in Griffin, Carrollton, and LaGrange. That's where the warmth will be. Now, notice Atlanta's a southeast wind, so we're right on that cusp of it. And that's why it's going to be a little hard to kind of figure out our exact temperature for today, but it's not going to be anywhere near as warm as what we have seen. Now, today, we do expect the rain off and on as we head throughout the afternoon there. Going in towards the overnight hours, we do expect our rain chances to dissipate. I think by midnight, we're done across the area, and we'll see those skies slowly start to clear out. So I went with 59 in Atlanta. We may not quite make it depending on how the wedge builds in, but notice much cooler in Blairsville and Gainesville, much warmer in Thomaston and into LaGrange. So that's just showing you the setup that we have for the afternoon. What to expect once it moves out? Well, warming temperatures, even though it's not really a cold front moving through, we're kind of going to be above that. It's going to be just a warming trend. So look at that, 67 tomorrow, 70 on Tuesday. Gorgeous, gorgeous air. And here's the reason why. So it's not really a front passing through per se. This is kind of unusual because it's going to the south, but it is a dip in the jet stream bringing us this cooler, relatively speaking, air with a low pressure system. Back out to the west though, it's a ridge. Notice the oranges and the warmer colors underneath it. That's the warmer air. And as we get into the middle of the late part of the week, look at that. It builds into the southeast, those yellows and oranges right over us. And that warm air is going to be shifting off towards the east as well. So what does that mean? Look at this. Widespread 70s, isolated 80s across the southeast. We're talking 20 degrees above average and flirting with near record high temperatures as we head into your Thursday and Friday. If we hit 78 on Friday, that would be a new record high. At least tie it. So it just goes to show you, this is some warm air coming in. We got to get through today first. First alert weather day for your Sunday. We do have the chance of showers continuing on across the region. I'll show you this timing again. We're going to be looking at scattered showers as we go throughout the afternoon, some of it heavy at times, not as widespread as this morning, and it will start to dissipate as we get in towards the sunset hour. Meanwhile, we'll see the clearing skies return as we head into tomorrow. That's going to be bringing us maybe a little bit of a cooler start. Definitely going to feel a little cooler, especially with 30s in the North Mountains. The rest of us low to mid 40s, but by the afternoon, sunshine abound. 67 for the high, and we only go up from there. 70 on Tuesday. 72 on Wednesday, 77 on Thursday. Notice the clouds will start to build in. It's because we have the warmth coming in as well, and those winds switching to the south, bringing in some Gulf moisture. But I think we're staying dry all the way through Thursday. And then as we take a look, our temperatures will be into the upper 70s in Rome. Look at that, 78 on Thursday, 77 in Eatonton, same in Atlanta, even 70 in Blairsville in the North Georgia mountains. So Friday looks to be the warmest day, but it also is the time when some of the models are bringing in rain back into the forecast. We're going to be noticing the slight chance of showers as we head into your Friday. By Saturday, temperatures dip almost 10 degrees, but we're so warm already that is still 10 degrees above average. So we're going to continue to watch for the potential for maybe some showers to roll in next weekend. It's not quite the same, what's the word I'm looking for, Megan, here? The same confidence level we had into today. So we're going to continue to watch it. Obviously, it's 7 days away. You know, we're talking maybe another system or two. But the good news is today it is, well, wet, and we need it. Because honestly, even though it's a mess on the roadways, as you can see there, cars thankfully are slowing down, not seeing a lot of incidents. You know, Megan, we've had a drought situation develop, so we really do need this rain, and we've seen widespread amounts of over an inch.
Yep, JD, you and the team told us it was coming. It is that first alert weather day. Thank you so much. And yes, we are looking outside right now. Just a dreary, soggy Sunday. So hopefully you are able to stay inside, stay dry today, and just get caught up before we get ready for those 70s later in the week. Hi to you. I'm Megan Packer here. Thanks so much for checking in with us here at Atlanta News First Plus on your Sunday. You got your forecast there with JD. I'm here to get you caught up on what's making news, including this story. If you joined us earlier this morning for Atlanta News First on your TV, you saw our crew on Piedmont Avenue where a car slammed into a building this morning. Look at this, and now we know nobody was seriously injured, which is really remarkable when you see the damage that was left at this building. No one was in the building and no serious injuries of anybody in the car that slammed into that building. But to give you an idea of where this is Piedmont Avenue, not far from Piedmont Park and right near the Botanical Gardens. We've learned the Botanical Gardens actually own this building, and they are empty and actually already expected to be torn down soon for expansion. They already had those plans for that to happen. And again, nobody seriously injured, but that stretch of Piedmont was just shut down for hours this morning while it was cleaned up and police were out there working that scene. A man was shot and killed in southwest Atlanta yesterday afternoon. Here's some video of that scene. And we now know someone is charged with murder in that case. A 73-year-old man named David Mays is charged with murder and other offenses after that shooting around 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon on Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. The victim there was pronounced dead at that scene. There were more protests in Metro Atlanta, much of like what we've been seeing in recent weeks over ICE and the Trump administration's federal immigration crackdown. This was the scene in Woodstock yesterday. Looking ahead till later this afternoon, today State Senator Jaha Howard and South Fulton Councilmember Helen Zenobia Willis are holding a news conference to try and ban immigration detention centers in Metro Atlanta. That happens at 2 o'clock this afternoon. We will have a crew there. So look for our coverage right here on that later today and tonight. An Atlanta business flooded after they say thieves broke into the building and messed with water pipes and caused this just mess of a headache to clean up. This is Monk's Meadery in Atlanta's Ponce Highland neighborhood. They're now dealing with thousands of dollars worth of damage after copper thieves caused the flooding, they say. Managers say their insulation is soaked. There are broken ceilings and they may need new furniture. The thieves hit up above them. They're in the basement level of a 3-story building, and people broke in men up above them, apparently trying to steal copper, but it messed with the water pipes, and then it just caused that flooding all down there for that business. So now they are dealing with the aftermath, getting it professionally cleaned up, but they're so thankful for the community showing support. The community is stepping up, saying, how can we help you? And they're just saying, hey, if you want to, buy from us online, that would show your support. They're hoping to get back to in-store pickups of the beverages that they make and sell within about a week or two. Tomorrow is President's Day. It is a holiday for many people, and if you're looking for something to do, you can get into national parks for free tomorrow. President's Day is one of the days throughout the year that you can get in for free, encouraging everybody to visit in our area. That includes the Chattahoochee National Recreation Area, Martin Luther King Jr. National Historic Park, and Kennesaw Mountain National Battlefield Park. If you travel farther, though, it is just the entrance fees, keep in mind, that are free. You still have to pay to camp. All right, well, it will be a great week later in the week to get out and enjoy the parks in our area. Definitely make those plans once we hit those 70s to get out, whether it's to the parks or the playground. The kids are out of school, so make it a great week. Our team will be here, as always, keeping you updated on news and weather. I'm Megan Packer. Thanks so much for joining us for Atlanta News First Plus, and we will see you soon.